Die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. Don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet, every day I work my thumb. I don't get to take off. A hater gets up. I'm ready like lift off. I've never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds. Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live. I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib ain't getting money. You gotta ask.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now, check back 34. 180. Hey, we're good, we're good. Kill. 180. What's up?
On first down, Dobbins, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Card out of throw. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Check, nickel. Check. Lucky. 80. Alert 3.
Now Spiller. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
From the 29, Carr. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And some room to work. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
This is Spiller. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now 21-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
A loss of 2.
On second down, Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, eluding the tackle. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now Rosen. And that is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Rosen will throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the Saints 8-yard line.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. A pretty wild first quarter, 21-7, our score.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. But a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots. You wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch. Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race. Here's Spiller. Spins past him. And some space here. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Right back to him on first down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the 31, Rosen. Escaping the pressure right.
Let's bring it.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Alert, alert, alert. Monday. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the screen.
On third down, Rosen. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Slam. Watch the safety cream.
They run with Spiller. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
He's brought down back at the 40-yard line.
Monday. Mike's 50, Mike's. Hey, Charlie. All day, baby, all day.
Throwing on second and 14. Rosen complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And now it's Rosen looking. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. O'Shane Zimenez drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Let's go, baby. It's down. Mike 30. 180. 180. We're good. 180.
From the gun, Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Odell Beckham Jr. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Odell Beckham, 84 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Watch twist. Watch the twist. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch twist.
Middle.
No. Off.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
80. Tight end's right. Switch.
Play action here with Rosen. Trying to lay one up deep. And got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. After the interception, here's Rosen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for number 29. Incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Kill. Hug. Mike's 50.
Hey, echo.
Mike's 50.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Hold the look. Hey, check Mike 50.
One day.
50, check Mike 50.
Hey, Alpha.
Now it's Rosen. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Team Butler. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Rosen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
On the default. It's now 4th down.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Again, they run it with Spiller. Nifty move there on the run, but ultimately brought down at the 25.
Keep tight end. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Monday. We got double up. Middle. Hold. Monday.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Saints. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cardinals' 29-yard line.
From the 29, Rosen looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Hug. Check. You know it. Hey, seam 6.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he'll find Galladay, that's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll give to Spiller, and he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Carr now on first down. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's going to look deep down, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Protein spill. Hey, alert, alert.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
At their own 14-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's going to launch this thing way down. And now here's another interception. Anthony Averett picks it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now they try the right side here. Room here to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Alert, alert. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check. Hey, quarter.
Check right. Watch it divide.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Mike. Hey, Haywood.
Here's Rosen to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 19 yards away. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, They're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. Johnson, the intended target. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. A gain of 6 there on first.
Hey, we're good. 180.
To throw again on second down. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Odell Beckham. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
That one 28 yards on the ground. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again on the ground. Again it's Spiller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 15. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Carr. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Carr now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Danielle Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Carr now to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
7:34. It's upon now.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. He finds Beckham, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Carr to throw for it on 4th down, and it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The drive starts with a give to Spiller. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw is Rosen. And is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. A big offensive explosion helped lead it.